Now, if you've got your notebook, say I, leave in the comments, say I wish YouTube comments can allow you to post pictures so you can show me yours. But just to recap, from the last part of the final clips from part one. So you've got your first few hundred sentences from either the Little Bird, Duolingo, or what's it called? YouTube tutorial videos, introductory videos. So you've studied the verbs, not intensely, like I said, no hace falta, but it's not necessary, no hace falta. Maybe I'm not gonna put that translation. So, but yeah, you studied the verbs, not intensely, and then we're done with the Little Bird. Now, like I said, we are at the stage where we do not have the Little Bird whispering in our ears anymore. So we need to complement or we need to replace, not complementing, we need to replace that. So what do? We need TTS makers. Now, whatever language island, I can tell you what, like I said, language island, check out Mikel Hyperpolyglot. Check him out on YouTube, Mikel, Mikel, Hyperpolyglot, great channel. I'm taking this concept of language island. It makes sense to me because I work with it as well. And he has a special name for it. Mikel, I'm using yours, okay, because it's a beautiful name. So yeah, whatever language island, I feel like for the first 5 language islands, for every learner, it should be the same. But for what other language islands you would need after the first 5 would be different depending on why you are learning. So this is why I say you can do this on your own. Even your intuition can guide you throughout. I'm just going to be very honest with you, But some people are caught up, and that's life. And because of that, they would rather have, this, that come into the picture and help with this, that. So that's why I said you don't need one, but you can opt for one depending on where you are in life, or if you're just lazy. And that's all right. That's all right. It's not even me being derogatory. It's all right. It's totally fine. You might just want to. For the first set of language islands, obviously we need introductory language islands. Hola, ¿cómo está? Bonjour, ¿cómo ça va? Keiki mere, nibo, alpha. Whatever language you're learning. How you doing? You're right. Blah, blah, blah. I'm good. Obviously, there's a way natives say it and there's a way Google says it. There's a massive difference sometimes. Pero qué, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué onda? lo que sea. There's many ways natives say it. So, there's just many ways natives say it. For that, you would be needing AI, mate. Yes, you would be needing AI. If you're not, if you're working with a tutor, you will still need AI, or they can help you to a certain extent. So obviously, they're helping you in class and they're also helping you out of class, which is a completely different game entirely. If you're ready for it, go for it. Obviously, my service is open as well. Yeah, I will start leaving links in the description and emails that you can email if you are interested. But so let's move past that. So we're going to need TTS makers now, and 11. I should text them actually, so maybe they could hop on this. But I've only used the trials, and it is impressive. I cannot lie, it is so impressive. 11 Labs is impressive. In fact, when I listen to the example TTSs, one of the voices, oh gosh, it felt unreal, surreal, and it goes something like, in the ancient land of Eldoria, there was a lion, a dragon named Zephyrus, not the territorial down kind, but he was gentle and something like that. It stuck in my head literally. I didn't prepare for this. I just remember it because of how beautiful the sound was. So it sounds native, mate. I can't even lie. Yeah, that really helps. Or you can use TTS makers, an actual site called TTS Maker. And there's one that I use too. I'm going to leave it in the description. But yeah, 11 Labs is kind of goated. I'm just going to be honest. So it is really good, but at the end of the day, it's not, it's not like holy grail or anything. You can not use it. You can use whatever. You can just literally search TTS Maker and search for yourself and see which one actually works. There is one I use though, and it's not 11 Labs. I've forgotten the name, but I'm going to leave it in probably as I'm recording this video. I'm going to leave it on the screen or in the description. Like I said, first 5 sets of language islands are introductory. The holas, the como estas, the hellos, the how are you, the where are you from, the what brings you here's, just the type of sentences that you would need to basically start a conversation with someone. So you would need that. I'm not going to go so deep into that. That is the part where someone can actually come in and help you out of, but you can do it for yourself, obviously. But like I said, some people would rather have someone do it for them, and that is the part where you can opt for a tutor if it so pleases you. But yeah, don't jump into movies straight away. Maybe you can explore. Actually, there's no one size fits all. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the blueprint, okay? But you can dabble in movies, but I would say, nah, not yet, not quite yet. Do you know what I mean? Not quite yet, mate, because you will not understand. Especially like I said, this series is tailored to A1s, so A1ers. So basically, it will not quite make sense to you yet. So don't waste your time doing it. I feel like you would invest that 1 hour, 2 hours into your islands. So as you keep expanding your islands, then you would reach the part where you kind of parallel what the little bird gives. This is what I mean. Now you reach a point where, as you're making these sentences and practicing these sentences, be speaking them out as well. So when you reach a point, you would reach a point where you would literally be forming sentences on your own. Obviously, please talk to yourself. Talk to yourself, mate. Please talk to yourself. You will not. That's the fastest way to download a language. In fact, talking to yourself helps you to learn a language even when you're not learning it. I've not studied French for 2 days a day, but I'm still downloading French. It's crazy. But yeah, once you've reached the point where you're already forming sentences on your own, and all that is required for the sentence to be complete is just one word of vocabulary. For example, I want to say, "I'm so happy to see you." Obviously, you will not be saying it the way the natives are quite yet, but you'll be forming sentences on your own, which is really important. You'll be like, "Je suis très content de te voir," but maybe you don't know what happy is. Although emotions are part of the first things. Hi, nice to meet you. Nice, enchanté, encantado, lo que sea. So basically, but let's just imagine, okay, digamos que la palabra que busca es contento, happy, all right? So you're like, je suis très content, non, je suis très de te voir. Okay, comment dit-on ça en français? How do we say this in French? I'm usually speaking Igbo and Spanish. I'd rather Spanish and French in these videos because a lot of people relate to them better as compared to Pidgin and Igbo, which are more African oriented. And every African tribe has the way it flows for them. So except you're maybe a British Nigerian, African Nigerian, I don't know, Asian, no, what am I saying? British Nigerian, Nigerian American, African American, African British, African Brit, whatever, Asian American, Asian Brit, or whatever, and you're trying to learn your Asian tongue, then the Igbo part would work for you. And I'm not going to use German and the likes because they're more European oriented, but this works mostly for Asian, maybe even Arabic, African Americans. Yes, I can. African American, do you know what I mean? So for those set of people, yes, that can work. But I'm using French and Spanish because they are more conventional. If you want to see where I speak these other languages, the videos are there. Go look it up. But yeah, you should reach a point where you're missing that one word to make the sentence complete. Je suis blah 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 de te voir. Then you go online or ChatGPT. What's the word? Or just go to Edge or Chrome translator, and then you type, "I'm happy to see you." And say, content, okay, contento, feliz, whatever it is, whatever language. Estoy contento, de verte, estoy feliz de verte, blah, blah. And you say, okay. Es un gusto de verte de nuevo. Now you start to get into the complicated parts of the language, but we're not quite there yet. But once you reach a point where you're only missing just few words to make your sentences, you're moving, mate. Trust me, you're getting to a really good place. But all this is futile if you've not been speaking. So I guess for that maybe you do need a tutor just to assess your production. Yes, but if you should get to this point really fast with these language islands. Miquel, muchas gracias por este vocabulario, este me pareció, es muy útil y no, o sea, necesito usarlo, ¿ok? Pero muchas gracias. Please subscribe to Mikel's channel. Great. His method works. Trust me, it works. But yeah, if you're like I said, you should get to the point where you're needing words only to fill in your sentences really, really quickly. But if you're slow to get to this point, then you probably need external, just a one-time coaching type of thing, where the person you just kind of explain the problem and the person assesses it and says, maybe this is what's holding you down. So yeah, I don't think a lot of people would be slow to get to the point where they only need words to complete their sentences because their brains are, working to construct sentences for them. But if you are one of these people, no pasa nada, no problem, mate. It's all right. There's no problem. There's nothing weird about it. Maybe it's all right to want to opt for someone to take a look at the situation and see what the blockades might be, or you can figure it out on your own. Doesn't matter what path you take. But yeah, as long as you get over it, okay, it doesn't matter what path you take. Now, for example, a potential situation is maybe email me the problem, in as much detail as you can, maybe a voice message, because a lot of people prefer to speak. If you speak Spanish, I'll probably understand. If you speak French, probably understand as well. Although my French, damn. Okay, there's this channel on YouTube called La Vie, and well, I was listening to the French then. It's like, nah, it's even harder than French I listen to when I watch on movies. So it's crazy, and podcasts. But yeah, probably maybe not. But maybe leave a voice message or on email, and then I'll go through it so I can analyze and see where can I actually step in to help this person. And then if I can, I will give you the details on how we move forward. But like I said, you don't need it. I'm not going to try to, gatekeep anything or say blah blah blah. I'm going to give you the information as it is. Some people would need, some people would not need, some people would want, some people would not want. But I'm just giving you what you need to get yourself started. So prioritize looking for filler words and all, Yes, and having a natural sounding search engine, having a natural sounding search engine. Nigerian English, normal English, they clash in my head sometimes and I forget the real pronunciation of words. But you should have a natural sounding. So when you reach the point where you need to put filler words now, you should have a natural sounding translator. Okay, so I always call this thing espresso, but I know the name's not espresso, so I might as well just reversal context. Is really good. ChatGPT really works as well, but you should always have it close by, mate. Always have it close by, so that the second you think of, you don't know the word, straight away into your translator, you get the word. Okay, I know this word now. You take that word, you should have a vocabulary list. Now for a vocabulary list, it shouldn't be something you do erratically, and just let them be the words that you needed to construct the sentences that you found important. Okay, so it's not a random app giving you vocabulary. You're finding these vocabulary for yourself, and trust me, there is nothing that beats that in terms of quality and obviously its ability to aid your production. So all of these words that you're writing, sometimes your brain is not even able to capture just the words, you need the whole sentence. You can use Google Keep and keep them. I'm going to show you mine. I don't know who's going to be in this video. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. Oh shit. Okay, but go to Google Keep, and then keep. I'm going to show you how mine looks like actually, so you can just get the vocabulary there, store it there, or we can use our notebook, our lovely notebook. So for the times that you want to go offline and you don't want to touch your phone for a couple hours, just look at your notebook. Trust me, that connection is crucial, although it might not seem like it. So also I think this already exists, although I don't know if I can vouch for it 100% because of the dangers that it might entail, it might bring, things that it might entail. But just right off the bat, it seems like a really good idea. These kind of where you have a pen and a book, and as you're writing, it's also registering, so you can see the digital and the analog. Crazy. I think I saw something like that. If one of these companies contacts me and I check it for myself and I see it does not harm you in a way that is like, it could be more helpful than it is harmful, I'm going to pitch it to you guys. But anyways, so you have that vocabulary, go over it once a week, 2 times a week, however fits you, but just make sure you keep going back to it, okay? That's your vocabulary now, okay? So I don't think you need a tutor to give you your vocabulary, except they're the ones that give you the sentences or the islands, and they're watching you produce or have conversations concerning these topics, and then they would give you, you know what I mean? So that's a different thing entirely. 25 minutes max for part 2, because I'm making this right after I made part 1. I am parts. I just got off a 4-hour 30-minute tutoring day, so my throat, oh my gosh. Yeah, so prioritize looking for filler words. Just make sure you have it handy. The second you find it, look for it. So that's why you can download the language without actually doing. Just the second you're just bathing or you're walking down the street or using the toilet or whatever, and you say, how do I say this in Spanish? Or how do I say this in French? How do I say this in Italian or in Arabic? And you're like, I know this, but I don't know this. Pick your maybe when you get out of the toilet, if you're in the toilet, pick your phone up and. But you can go to the toilet with your notebook, 100%. Come on, yeah. So you can go to because of the camera. Shit. Anyways, so you can go to the toilet with your notebook, and then write the things that you need so you can walk around with this all the time so you don't forget. Every sentence that comes to your heart, trust me, it is not without purpose. Write it down so you don't forget. So yes, don't get a really big one, or maybe get a big one, or maybe get two, so that you can carry it around if you want. But yeah, what's the time? It's 2:21 a.m. I always record at night for the noise and everything. But so obviously have it close by, write your vocabulary. Don't want to repeat that too much. Yes, so at that point you're going to be doing what I call downloading. Trust me, that's what I mean when I say you can be downloading the language without actually having to. Just those sentences you keep adding, trust me, it will reach, listen, I don't know if you call it a miracle, but reach a point where you might even know words without studying them. Might sound bizarre. I have experienced it. Yes. So you're already downloading the language. This is what I mean. Looking for words, just what comes to your mind, random thoughts. How, if I was this native Spanish speaker, I say this a lot in English. I want to be able to say this, and you keep, searching, and then you keep adding. So you're downloading without the work. So this is not a rigorous thing in any way, shape, or form. So it's very passive and it works. So start thinking the language, talk to people in the language. That's the part where you might need it. But maybe Discord servers, yes. So you don't need a tutor for that. Discord servers, very important. It helped me actually. I actually use OBTV at a point, but now I don't really prioritize it anymore. So I didn't even use it for long enough. But yes, this is what I plan to do is, so for a couple of students that I would have, because like I said, I've been working with only kids for the past almost 10 months now, just so I can understand them better, so I can, formulate my plan for kids. So I've been working with kids, but basically what I plan to do is I would have sets of students. I would obviously, if I relate with you, I would know who you are because I have the knack for it. So I would know who you are, your personality, and I have another student, and we'll reach a point where you both come into class and I'll be the spectator and you lot are going to talk. It's like, ready, fight. That kind of thing. And I watch and I see how you guys behave and it's going to be fun. Okay. Yeah. So it's anyways, the community, sometimes I would have once in a week. I can't talk much again because I want to show you how my stuff looks like, my vocabulary stuff. But once a week, maybe I can have 20 students in the class just for the interaction, maybe talk about stuff, 10, 5, whatever. But I think the most is 20 or 15, so that everyone can really get something out of it. 1 hour class, 1 hour, 30-minute class. But yeah, shit. Okay, so so you start thinking in the language, start talking to people in the language with a tutor, Discord person, to yourself. When you say people, some people take out themselves, and it's not just in terms of languages. It just kind of sips into all parts of life, and maybe we'll talk about that in the blue zone. But I mean, when people say love people, they're forgetting that they're people as well, so they don't love themselves. But yeah, we can talk about that later, blue zone. But yeah, so at this point, I think you should be fast. You should be in the B1. I'm just gonna say it. You should be in the B1 zone, and this, I'm telling you, with French, it took me less than 5 months. So it's not, I'm telling you, I didn't spend 8 hours learning. Guys, I didn't spend 8 hours learning. Trust me, I was downloading the language. But anyways, next time I have the journey, you will see. And this is not one where I'm trying to sell you a delusion or an illusion. When I start my Arabic, I'm going to do everything. I don't have a vlog camera. Yeah, maybe I should do this with the members only of the Patreon to tell you what I'm using to record this video. You will not believe it. Although I'm using an app to kind of improve the quality. Yeah, I would do that when I start Arabic so you can see. So it will be like you're right in the book with me. So there's no bullshit. But yeah, you should be in B1 now. Trust me, you should be in B1. Or at least A2 proper. And B1, I know a lot of people rank B1 grammar oriented. This is not grammar oriented. But when you reach this B1 level, then the two people, they can take two different paths: grammar, fluency. And fluency kind of includes grammar because, not in this video because I don't want it to be too long. So I need how. Well, you should already be in B1 and you're moving up really, really fast, mate. Doesn't mean you can talk about everything. But all the islands, trust me, some islands you don't even need to talk about them because they're all related. But you should be able to express yourself now relatively comfortably in certain aspects, So you should be in the B1 zone because, trust me, the people who are focusing on grammar, you would leave them behind because your fluency is going to be going up. Trust me, when you're lucky enough to come across a conversation on a topic in which you've already studied the island that is concerned, with it, related to it, trust me, you would do really, really good. And basically, just as a disclaimer, for me, I would say 5, 6, 7, 8 months ago, my Spanish, I would say I was fluent in Spanish. 100% fluent in Spanish. In fact, at that point, my growth was dependent not on studying, but how much I spoke and how much I listened. Because the grammar, I understood the concept. So that was the only thing that I needed to grow further. So at that point, I said I was done with Spanish. The reason, not really done, but I said, obviously my Spanish has deteriorated now a little, but once I'm done learning maybe Arabic, maybe Italian too, I want to learn Mandarin as well. But once I've learned a number of languages, and then I'm going to take a break from languages for a year and a half or a year, so I can repolish all of them. So sometimes I even forget words in English, really, and I have a plethora of sesquipedalians, but like I said, other languages, and I started losing some of them, so sadly. But yeah, so I'm going to polish my language things with language skills with books and a lot of things. I'm going to take a break so I can punch what I already got, then I can move on. But yeah, this will be the end of this part. So for this ending from this bit, I'm just going to end this one and then go to the other one. But for this bit, I'm going to show you how my own Google Keep vocabulary stuff looks like. It's going to be a short one, not the extensive one. And maybe show you what my yeah, for the part 3, we're going to go digital, completely digital. So this is just going to be like a sneak peek into the digital aspects of the plan. But let me give you your assignment before before I show you how it looks like. You can see my voice is fading. So basically, if you don't get the services of a tutor for the production part, which I elaborated in video 1, you can record yourself and watch it. But a lot of people might be time intensive, space intensive, whatever. So, but if you do have the opportunity, you can do that, and you can watch your own videos and then do your own assessment. So in that case, you do not need a tutor. Video, but ¿qué te pasa? Joder, the brightness because of this. Okay, so so what's your assignment? Let me think. Ahmed, Sarah, Miguel, Tiziana. I'm just imagining the names of people that were watching this video. Ngozi, whoever you are. This is your assignment. So where should I give you assignments, guys? I need to take you by the hand, because if I don't give you assignments, you're going to slack off. So wait. Okay. All right. So for your assignment, I want you to tell me how it's going for you so far. This is what you're going to do. I want you to write how it's going for you so far. Not too long, because I want to be able to read most of them, and I'm hoping this video goes boom. But I want to be able to read as many as I can. So I want you to give me just a brief gist of where you are now in your native language, and then beneath it in the target language. At every word you do not know, put it in parentheses. So, for example, it's really been interesting for me, or shit, I'm finding it hard to find consistency, although you don't need so much consistency with it, to be honest. Like I said, it's not rigorous, but even if you do find problems having it, no problem, okay? I love you as you are. But even if that is your case, write it. I'm having problems with this, that, and then in the target language, imaginamos que Spanish, español, y like, ay, me resulta un poquito difícil ser consistente, pero imaginamos que no sabe cómo se dice consistente o consistencia in Spanish. So you say consistency in your target language and keep writing, and then maybe it will be you giving yourself an assignment in the assignment, because you know the things that you don't need to do, don't know how to say, and that's the assignment. Is not intensive, but this is all for this bit. Now I'm going to leave the description of my own this to the end for those of you that are going to wait to that point. But I know you have found some value, so just like the video, mate. I'm literally telling you do not have to pay for it. I'm giving you even when I say the things you don't have to pay for, you can pay for. I'm even giving you potential solutions. So I'm not gatekeeping. Do you know what I mean? So I'm giving it to you as it is. This is not, listen, I'm just going to be honest. It's not about, learning the language is not watching a video say, in Spanish, we don't say this, we say, okay. That is helpful when you're at the B1 era. But if you're a complete beginner, you don't even know how to speak, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really aid you, to be honest. It gives you the illusion of growth, but it's not real growth. Growth is you downloading and having producing what you've downloaded and having an assessment of it. That is what growth is. So it's not really saying, say, this apple, manzana, orange, naranja, that sort of thing. But yeah. So that's all for this video. I'm not gonna make I'm not gonna make step 3 today, probably not tomorrow, or not next tomorrow, because I'm running 4 niches, so I have to give my blues, my yellows, my reds some love as well. So if you want to be updated when I drop the part 3 for this one, leave the notification bells on. Obviously, for that to happen, you have to be subscribed, mate. So yeah, do that. And yeah, let's go to my own personal vocabulary file folder on Google Keep. So we're going to move to that now. Yeah, like the video. I don't know if I said that. Like the video. Okay. All right. So this is mine. I just wanted to show you how mine looks like. So this particular Google Docs page is called Words and Phrases. And here we can see unabashed, unashamed, abscond, acclimatize, genial, affable, alacrity. Now, all of these are words that I had either forgotten entirely or their pronunciations and stuff. So I just kind of put them here to remind myself of them from time to time. You can see spark, chispa, étincelle, chispa in Spanish, étincelle in French. Can you see occurred, souvenir, ocurrir, and then you see in any case, moving on. And those are just kind of stuff that I'm trying to implement in my own videos because I say basically a lot or anyways a lot. So I'm just trying to incorporate other, different ways of saying it, to, spice it up, diversify. And sadly, I still haven't incorporated it into my speech, so please don't be like me. But here we have another sentence that I use in a video of mine. It was a complete blunder. And basically, I took that sentence out of the YouTube video and then I made it better. I told myself, what could I have said better to correct the mistakes that I made in that video? And I put it here so you can see the translation. Il est beaucoup parlé parmi les pays francophones d'Afrique. Les langues d'origine latine ont beaucoup en commun, donc je pensais qu'il était logique d'apprendre le français en premier. Comme vous pouvez le voir, je me suis beaucoup amélioré et vous pouvez le faire aussi. Et en mi caso, dans mon cas, en français, as my channel grows another sentence, à mesure que ma chaîne grandit, je parlerai français le plus souvent. And then we have Ijimatu, which is like an Igbo sentence, means, for example, autocontrol, self-control. And these are all sentences that I find important in my day-to-day and created stuff like that. So you can see substantiate, corroborate, words that this covers not just English, you know what I mean? It also covers not just Spanish or French, it's general, even English. I mean, so here is something. I mean, you can try it, but when I started French newly, I dedicated myself to learning 1,000 sentences. That was a very big boost for me. So, it was like 4 islands combined into one. So I didn't know how to use sentences like in any case, in it, even though. Regardless, so you can see, even though, même s'il pleut, on va au parc quand même. Instead of complaining, let's find a solution. Plutôt que de râler, on cherche une solution. I'll help you as long as you promise to do your part. Je t'aide tant que tu promets de faire ta part. So you can obviously see I'm using words like instead of, as long as, anyways, en tout cas. So you can see another set of sentences. Oh no, that one was 200. This is the one that is 1,000, I think. But you can see basically, yeah, you can see that. And let's talk tomorrow on un parle demain. So this is the one that was 1,000. I used this sentence, this island first, and it covered a whole lot. And there were, do you know what, it was really helpful, to be honest. And you can see it goes down and down. So this is an example of a language island, what it looks like and how you can kind of apply it to your journey. And it's obviously each island is going to be tailored to um what you find essential, basically. But yeah, that's all. I don't want it to be longer than this. I hope it makes sense. And that is all for the digital aspect. All right. See you in the next video. And if you've got value or if you found value in this, mate, please like the video. Please. Pero bueno, hasta la próxima. A la prochaine.